Hey y'all, welcome to the 10th episode of Rare Black History. The show that I have where I talk about Black history that we aren't typically taught in schools. Today we're going to be talking about Frank Cavalier Braxton Jr., who is an African American animator, known as the first African American animator to be hired at Walt Disney and to work in Hollywood, and you may even recognize some of his works. But let me start from the beginning. He was born in 1929 in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he was always known for his gift and talent of drawing and painting and sketching, and he graduated from Los Angeles' Manual Arts High School in 1947, and at 19 years old he became the first African American animator to be hired at Walt Disney in LA. However, he resigned 10 days later, but the reason was never disclosed, but I suspect racism. And because of race relations and him believing that racism was impacting his job prospects, he left for a year to manage Estudios Moro, a animated cartoon studio in Barcelona, Spain. But 5 years later, he was hired by Warner Brothers at the request of Ben Washam, who is the senior animator in Chuck Jones's unit at the studio where Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies were produced, which is pretty cool. Which this made him the first and only black animator working at Hollywood at the time, which is really cool. 2 years later, he left Warner Brothers and began working for J. Ward Productions, Incorporated. His work was aired in 1959, and that included directing the network's cartoon shows, Peabody's Improbable History, and The Bullwinkle Show. Then he produced Mr. Magoo, the television series, and then he was elected president of the Screen Cartoonists Guild, thus being the first black president to be president of any film union in Hollywood. And then 4 years later, again, he directed Linus the Lionhearted. He animated on the Charlie Brown TV specials You're in Love, Charlie Brown, and He's Your Dog, Charlie Brown. And the last project he worked on after passing away, unfortunately for cancer, was A Boy Named Charlie Brown in 1969. And posthumously in 2019, he was awarded the International Animated Film Association's Winsor McCay Award. So that's pretty interesting. There are definitely more facts that I'm leaving out. I encourage you to go and look him up.